Hello students, today we will be studying the excretory system. Now let us first see what are the components of the excretory system. Now what we see here is the two kidneys, the right kidney and the left kidney. We also see the renal vessels, renal veins draining into the inferior vena cava, while the renal arteries draining into the abdominal aorta. We also should see here that the right kidney lies at a little lower level as compared to the left kidney. We also see the right and left ureters which go down and drain into the urinary bladder, and then from the base of the urinary bladder is the urethra which is going to open at the external urethral orifice. So these are the components of the excretory system. The two kidneys right and left, the two ureters right and left, the urinary bladder and the urethra. So now what we see here are specimens of the kidneys. So let us now see the gross anatomical feature of the kidney. Kidneys are a pair of essential excretory organs. Where are they situated? They are situated retroperitoneally. They lie on the posterior abdominal wall on either side of the vertebral column. Extent of the kidney, it extends from the 12th thoracic vertebra to the 3rd lumbar vertebra. When we talk of axis of the kidneys, the long axis of the kidney, the two upper ends are nearer to each other as compared to the two lower ends. While along the transverse axis, the kidneys rest on the sloping paravertebral gutter of muscles. Hence, when we talk of surfaces, we talk of anterolateral surface and posteromedial surface. Let us see the measurements of the kidneys. The length is 12 centimeters, which is about 4.5 inches. The breadth is about 6 centimeters or 2.5 inches. The thickness is about 3 centimeters or 1 1/4 inch, and each kidney weighs about 150 to 170 grams, which is 4.5 ounces. What is the shape of the kidney? The kidney is bean shaped with hilum directed medially. When we talk of movements, the kidney does move with respiration, and that movement is between 1.5 to 2 centimeters. What are the factors which keep the kidney in position? The pressure exerted by neighboring viscera, the tone of the abdominal muscles, disposition of the renal fascia and distribution of the renal fat, and the pedicles of the kidney, that is the renal vessels and the pelvis of ureter that are attached at the hilum. What are the coverings of the kidney? From within outwards, it is the fibrous capsule, the perinephric fat, renal fascia and the paranephric fat. Now let us see the presenting parts of the kidney, remembered as 2, 2 and 2. Two surfaces, the anterior surface and the posterior surface. Two ends, superior or the upper end and inferior or the lower end. And two borders, a medial border and a lateral border. The upper end is thicker, rounded and situated 2.5 centimeters from the midline of the body and lies opposite the T12 vertebra. The lower end is directed downwards and laterally and is situated 7.5 centimeters away from the midline and lies opposite the L3 vertebra. The lateral border is convex, thick and lies more posterior as compared to the medial border. The medial border is convex in the upper and the lower part, while it is concave at the central part, which is the hilum. The hilum is situated 5 centimeters away from the midline and lies opposite the lower border of the L1 vertebra. Now let us see the two surfaces. The anterior surface is convex and is partially covered with peritoneum, while the posterior surface is flattened and lies retroperitoneally. Now let us see the structures present at the hilum. The hilum shows three structures predominantly, that is the renal vein, the renal artery and the pelvis of the ureter. These are the structures from anterior to posterior. We can remember them as VAP, VAP, renal vein, renal artery and the pelvis of the ureter. Other smaller structures seen at the hilum would be the lymphatics, the nerves and some part of the perinephric fat. Now that we have seen all the presenting parts, let us see how to identify the side to which the kidney belongs to. Now randomly we pick up a kidney. What we have identified here is that this is the rounded anterior surface and the flattened surface is the posterior surface. Lateral border and medial border since it has the hilum. The only confusion here is between the upper and the lower poles. First, let us confirm the anterior and posterior orientation with the help of structures at the hilum. So, you identify the renal vein, which is anterior most structure, then the renal artery, which is intermediate, and posterior most you confirm is the pelvis of the ureter. So, we are sure about the anterior and the posterior orientation. Now for superior and inferior, we need to hold the kidney along a vertical axis and look at the ureter. If the ureter is straight running downwards, we are holding it in the correct orientation and this is inferior pole and this is the superior pole. And that is how this kidney belongs to the right side. Superior, inferior, anterior rounded surface, posterior flat surface, inferior and superior. If you hold it the other way around and say that it is kidney of the left side, the ureter doesn't go downwards, it will kink and go down, or it may just keep pointing upwards. That is the wrong identification of the side. So this is kidney of the right side. Let us see the other kidney. Now as is seen here, this is the rounded anterior surface, the flat posterior surface, the lateral border and the medial border. Structures at the hilum, the vein, anterior most, the artery and the pelvis of ureter is posterior most. Again here ureter has to run straight downwards. So keeping that in mind, you hold the kidney with this as inferior and this as superior, medial, lateral, rounded anterior surface, flat posterior surface. This is kidney of the left side. Again, if you hold it like this and say it's kidney of the right side, if you see here, the ureter is kinked and then coming down. That is wrong. So this is how you identify the side to which the kidney belongs. Now let us study the relations of the two surfaces of the right and the left kidney. The anterior surface of the right kidney is related to 5 structures. This area here is related to the right suprarenal gland. Then this area is related to the liver. Around the hilum, C-shaped area is related to the second part of the duodenum. Below that, the lateral area is related to the colon, that is the hepatic flexure of colon, and the medial area is related to the jejunum. So 5 structures: suprarenal gland, liver, duodenum, colon and jejunum. Whereas on the left side, the anterior surface is related to 6 structures. Here again, near the medial aspect of the upper end, it is related to the left suprarenal gland. Lateral aspect is related to the spleen, and a small triangular area between these two is related to the stomach. Below that, this area is related to the pancreas, and above that to the splenic vessels. The area below medially is related to jejunum and laterally is related to the colon, the splenic flexure of colon and the descending colon. So 6 structures here: suprarenal, spleen, stomach, pancreas, jejunum and colon. These are the anterior relations of the kidney. Posterior relations of the kidneys are identical on both the sides. And what are those? The upper part of the posterior surface of both the kidneys is related to the medial and the lateral arcuate ligaments and the fibers of diaphragm taking origin from these ligaments. And the area below is related to 3 muscles: medially to the psoas major muscle, which is covered by the iliopsoas fascia. Next comes the quadratus lumborum muscle, which is covered by the anterior layer of thoracolumbar fascia. And lateralmost is the transversus abdominis muscle, which is covered by the fascia transversalis. Plus, what we also see here is relation to the paranephric fat, and deep to the thoracolumbar fascia from above downwards, we also see the subcostal vessels and nerves, the iliohypogastric nerve, the ilioinguinal nerve, and only on the posterior aspect of the right kidney, we also see relation of the right fourth lumbar artery. These are the relations of the posterior surface. Now let us again see the relations, just a quick revision with the help of the images. So this is the right kidney, as I have said, related to the 5 structures on the anterior surface: suprarenal, hepatic, duodenum, jejunum and colon. Similarly, on the left side also we can see relations of the anterior surface: suprarenal, spleen, stomach, pancreas with the splenic vessels, jejunum and colon. Similarly, let us also see the relations of the posterior surfaces of both the kidneys. The upper area is related to the medial and the lateral arcuate ligaments and fibers of diaphragm originating from them, and lower area is related to the psoas major muscle, the quadratus lumborum muscle and the transversus abdominis muscle with the corresponding fascia covering their anterior surfaces. And also we can see here from below the thoracolumbar fascia, the subcostal vein, subcostal artery, subcostal nerve, iliohypogastric nerve and the ilioinguinal nerve. As is seen here, the relations of the posterior surface are identical on both the sides.